Greetings, everybody. Here's how I would explain selling options and what it means to a beginner, even though I am a beginner myself. First of all, there are four types of options that you can engage in. You can buy calls, buy puts, sell calls, and sell puts. In this video, I'm only going to talk about selling calls and selling puts because selling options is what gets you paid premiums. And premium is the money you collect up front from selling option contracts. And selling options is supposed to be less riskier than buying options. So first, let's talk about selling calls. When you sell a call, you're agreeing to sell 100 shares of a stock at a certain price by a certain date. For beginners and/or for those who want to be more conservative, it's recommended that you already have/own the 100 shares of stock before you sell a call on them. Because if you don't already have the 100 shares, there's no telling how much money you would have to pay to buy them later if the shares skyrocket in price. So with that in mind, let's say you already have 100 shares of Google. Now I know Google may be a bit expensive to have 100 shares of, so just keep in mind that you can sell options on many other cheaper stocks too. Anyway, Google is currently trading at $117 per share. This options chain table tells us how much money we would get for selling calls that expire on June 2nd of 2023. In this example, if you're willing to promise to sell your 100 shares of Google for $120 each, that's the strike price, on or before June 2nd, you'll collect $187 in premium just for making that promise. So if Google reaches $120 or more between now and June 2nd, you may be called upon to sell your 100 shares at $120 each, but you still keep the $187 premium, and you also gain from Google stock appreciating from $117 to $120. So at the end of it, you would have gained about $400 or more on this call. If Google stock never reaches $120 or more by June 2nd, the contract expires and you get to keep the $187 premium anyway, and you also get to keep your 100 shares, and then you can sell a whole new call and collect a new premium and keep the process going. When you sell a put, you don't have to have 100 shares of a stock. You just have to have enough money in your account to be able to buy 100 shares if needed. So with Google at $117 a share, here's the options chain table for the puts expiring on June 2nd, 2023. In this example, you can sell a put at the $111 strike price and collect $76 in premium for doing so. This means you're promising and are willing to buy 100 shares of Google at $111 per share if Google stock drops to $111 or less by June 2nd, and if the buyer of the option decides to assign the shares to you. If Google never drops to $111 or less during that time, the contract expires and you keep the $76 premium anyway, and you never had to buy any shares. Then you can sell a new put and collect a new premium and keep the process going. If Google does go down to $111 or less, and the person who bought the contract decides to assign it to you, then you'll have to buy the 100 shares at $111 each, but you still keep the $76 premium, and now you'll have 100 shares of Google that you can then start selling calls on to get a new premium payment and keep the process going. So that's it. That's how I would explain the bare basics of what selling options means and entails. I hope this helped.